Well, that's the Saw franchise done.
Oh yes, it most certainly is. Say, I know another game we can play. It's hide and seek. Okay, hide your eyes, count to 1,000,000. I'm going to go to a place where you'll never ever find me. Bye bye.
Alright, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Stay tuned for this month's Horror Talk.
Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to this month's Horror Talk with me, Horror Ross. So, this month's discussion, as you know, is on the Saw franchise, and whilst Dr. Frico is off hiding, I thought I would, well, he thinks I'm counting to 1,000,000, so here we go, Saw franchise. So, first starting off as a short film called let's see, Saw 0.5, a short film directed by James Wan. Yes, that James Wan from directing The Conjuring. So about a year later, people got interested in this short film and thought, is James Wan interested in directing a proper film of this? And well, what do you know, he did. 1 year later, in 2004, the first ever Saw movie was made, and it was directed by James Wan, and no one had heard of him until Saw, I think. So James Wan really, and today he's like a big icon in horror. So yes, so the first one was directed by James Wan, and it starred Tobin Bell, Corey Elwes or something, Lee Wannell or something, and Danny Glover with Shawnee Smith, something like that. I'm going to butcher the names on some of these, but yeah. It was started off as this film set in one location where these two guys were in this old abandoned bathroom, and they had no idea what they were there for and stuff, whilst Danny Glover and the police and everything were like all, trying to get to the bottom of this Jigsaw killer, played by Tobin Bell. Also, hosting the game was Billy the Puppet, controlled by Jigsaw, the Jigsaw killer known as John Kramer, played by Tobin Bell. So, in that one, it was like they were there in the room the whole time. There was a dead guy in the middle laying in a pool of blood, and they're like, and eventually they call for desperate measures, and that doctor guy, what is his name, ends up cutting off his foot and going to get help. And then when the Jigsaw killer at the end reveals to be the dead guy in the middle of the floor, I'm thinking, how did he manage to play dead that whole time in that film? So yeah, leaving that doctor guy's fate unknown until later on in the franchise. So it ended where he slammed the door saying game over. 1 year later we had another Saw installment, Saw 2, which was directed by Darren Lynn Grossman or something, starring series regular, because Tobin Bell was in all of them, starring Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, who was Amanda in the first film, and Donnie Wahlberg. So in this second film, this time we're in like this house where these people are all playing the sick game of Jigsaw, whilst Donnie Wahlberg is trying to get his son back, who is in the game. And only John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer, knows, and we find out his motive, in the series. He has terminal cancer, so he's dying and he doesn't have a choice. And we find out that, he gets people that don't value life, that are ungrateful to be alive, and makes them go on these life-death situation defying games. So yeah, that's what we have in that. And in the end, there's another twist revealing that Amanda has become Jigsaw's apprentice, and we find out what goes on in the next Saw film. Again, this one was directed by Darren Lynn Brosman or something, and it starred Tobin Bell and Shanice Smith. This time we had a different lead, one in it too. What does it say? Caster Mandlaw or something. Anyway, the third Saw film, this woman who's a doctor gets kidnapped and is forced to treat Jigsaw. If not, her head will blow up because she's wearing a collar that's hooked to his heart monitor, Jigsaw's heart. So, in this one as well, a guy is playing the game. This time it's one guy, because in this they sometimes have groups of people playing the game, or just one person. All judgment falling on him. This is what Jigsaw does. If you respect life and you're grateful to be alive and you don't screw people over, then you have nothing to worry about. So, in the third film, Jigsaw sort of gets his comeuppance and is dead. And you think then the franchise is dead, but we were wrong. About a year later, in 2007, we got another Saw film, directed again by Darren Lynn Brosman. Yeah, he directed Saw 2, 3 and 4. So, in this one, this time we have Tobin Bell, Shanice Smith, and Castus Mandlaw or something. He plays Detective Hoffman, Jigsaw's other follower, and Betsy Russell. So this fourth film, I don't remember much of it because I have seen this one the least, because it's not my favourite one, but I think it's okay. So in this one, Jigsaw, he's all got these pre-recorded messages, so he did a lot before he actually died. He recorded a lot of stuff. We find all these tapes and that in his body, all these sick twisted games and stuff as usual, including one where the guy's got his mouth shut, another where he's got his eyes shut and they're in this trap or something. He's pulling him into a chain. Yeah, quite gruesome. Anyway, as the guts and gore continued, 2008 we got Saw 5, which was directed by David Hackey, starring again Tobin Bell, Betsy Russell, Costas or something, the guy who's Detective Hoffman, and Scott Patterson. So in this one, I actually watched this one a couple weeks ago. So this one we have another detective. I can't remember the character's name, but he's played by the Scott Patterson guy, who has this tank on his head filling up with water. Now, I don't know about where you were in the world, but in the UK there was a post. Sorry, short of memory there. Anyway, as I was saying, he's on the poster, got his head in the tank, and that was censored on all posters in public. So yeah, Saw 5. Again, this is a group one where a group of people, are fighting for survival whilst the detective's trying to solve the case and stop Hoffman. But little does he know that he doesn't listen to the rest of the recording from Jigsaw, and he ends up getting killed when the walls close in and Hoffman gets in a coffin with sharp glass in his back and survives. And also we see the people in the group fighting it out for survival, trying to live and stuff. One trap involves them with like trying to get a key and the head gets chopped off, and one does. And then there's another one where there's like jars ready to explode with nails in, killing them. They all have to take cover. Another one where they give this woman a massive electric shock because she's been a total bitch. Then the final one is when they have to like give 5 pints of blood. Now we all realise that at that point all the people that were in there were meant to work together as a team, but they were so up their own arses that, you know, they all had to give at least 5 pints each to one another. Was it 5 pints or something? I don't know, but they survived the game from Jigsaw, but they had to be careful in case of the jar. With the pieces in. Anyway, another year later, we got a 6th installment. This one directed by Kevin Gager. Oh, I'm going to butcher the name. Star with usuals, Tobin Bell, that Hoffman guy, and Betsy Russell. Again, this time it is an insurance guy who's going on this obstacle, and we don't know what the point, what he's done. We find out that he turned down a loan from John Kramer for his treatments and stuff for cancer, and we also see Betsy Russell, and we also find out as well, I forgot to mention, that she's Jigsaw's wife. She's John's wife. Anyway, moving on. So yes. Oh yes. So I'm back. Just had technical problems there, but anyway, in Saw 6, one of the most infamous traps in the series, the reverse bear trap, that was in the first Saw movie. We almost see that work, because in the first film Amanda managed to get it off in time before it but in the 6th movie, when Jill, Jigsaw's wife, Betsy Russell, put it on Hoffman, but he managed to stop it from opening and then slipped out of it and stuff. But then 1 year later, in the 7th installment, Saw 3D, or when it was released onto DVD, the final chapter, directed again by Kevin, I'll just butcher the name again. And this one, it starred again Tobin Bell, Costas Mandylor, the guy, he was Hoffman in the films, and Betsy Russell, and the return of Kari Elo, or what Elwas or something. So he returned as his doctor character, and in the 7th and final film, it tied the loose ends on what happened to him, because throughout those films we had no idea what happened to him, and we find out that it wasn't just Jigsaw that set all the traps up. He was responsible for the guy who had the Venus flytrap on, that trap with the mask on, and put the key behind his eye and stuff. So yeah, he was actually Jigsaw's main apprentice all along, not Hoffman, which was a good twist to it, I thought. Also, we finally see the reverse bear trap in works, because Hoffman puts it on Jill, and we see it happen, and she's killed. So that was it for the Saw franchise until now. Now we got another movie coming, Saw Legacy, said to come out this year, directed by the Sprague Brothers or something, starring Tobin Bell. But up to now, that's all we got on that. The film has inspired video games such as Saw the Game, Saw 2 Flesh and Blood video game sequel, and Saw the Ride at Thorpe Park. So yes, that's been our okay, let's just wrap this up now. So yeah, that's been this month's Horror Talk on the Saw franchise. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Which one's your favourite? What's your favourite Saw trap? And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this month's Horror Talk. Like I've just said, be sure to comment, share this video if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't been here before, and to hit that notification bell. So yeah, until next time, don't have nightmares.
Ross, there you are. I've spent nearly 10 hours, in fact just over 10 hours, hiding in the stupid garden shed. You never even bothered to come and look for me.
Oh, what's that? Oh yeah, sorry Rico, I forgot.
Yes, you forgot about our game of hide and seek.